The Eagles lost to the Detroit Lions. But first, let me take a step back. And this is my YouTube channel. This is 4 for 4 Philly fan. I've been thinking about doing a YouTube channel for a while to express my feelings on these Philadelphia teams. And this is the first video. Unfortunately, it's not a video I would want to do after losing to the Detroit Lions. But it's one that I'm going to have to make if I'm doing all these Philadelphia videos. I'll be covering news, trades, game recaps, post-game, pre-games. I'll even throw in some unboxing videos because I do order a good amount of jerseys, hats, and other memorabilia, as if you can see from my room. But yeah, this is my first video. I'm excited to do it. Trust the process, fly Eagles fly, fly or die, ring the bell, all that. I have a Twitter, 4 for 4 fan, and my Instagram, 4 for 4 fan. All handles are the same, number 4, PHAN. My YouTube channel is number 4, Philly, PHAN fan. Back to the game. The Eagles lose to the Detroit Lions. The Lions came off a very lucky win last week against the LA Chargers. Austin Eckler fumbles on the 1-yard line. They miss a couple field goals. Eagles come off a loss to the Atlanta Falcons. Sunday Night Football. Wentz in the first half didn't look his best. Turnovers here and there. Aguilar drops a touchdown that most likely wins the game. Coming into this week, no way did I think to myself the Detroit Lions would come in to Lincoln Financial Field and steal a game from the Philadelphia Eagles. No way. Why would I think that? Last week we lost because many reasons, honestly. We played sloppy football. Aguilar dropped the ball to potentially win the game. Injuries were the main part of why we lost. Deshaun goes down. Goddard goes down. Alshon goes down. All like our big targets on offense go down. Last week's loss, even though I hate losing, last week's loss was a little acceptable in the fact that we lost 3 of our main guys on offense, our main targets, and we didn't have any practice at all week. We had a double tight end formation like we always do, and that's what we were going into the game doing, is a double tight end formation. We also lost the deep ball in Deshaun, who spreads the middle of the field wide open constantly every game, and Alshon Jeffrey. It was a bad week for the Philadelphia Eagles last week. But this week, we had time to practice. We knew who we didn't have and who we did have. And we still lose the game to the Detroit Lions. Me and Matt Stafford today had one thing in common. And it's that we didn't get touched or sacked by one of the Eagles' defensive linemen. Or anybody on the Eagles, as a matter of fact. Nobody on the Eagles sacked Matt Stafford. Do you know how many sacks we have through 3 games of the NFL season? 2. And do you know who has both of those sacks? Not Fletcher Cox. Nope. Timmy Jernigan. who didn't play today. No pressure at all. We threw in the blitz because our secondary is terrible. Darby goes down, which who knows? I mean, it could have been worse if he actually stayed in the game. But even though Darby went down for the Eagles, Darius Slay went down for the Lions. Didn't matter. None of it mattered. There was more negatives than positives today. And the positives were dropped balls and fumbles. 3 fumbles in 10 plays. Not 10 series. Not 10 minutes. 10 plays. 10 plays it took to get 3 fumbles. 2 by Miles Sanders. 1 was recovered somehow by Sayamalo. And the other was 5 plays later, and it was recovered by the Lions. And then 5 plays later, Nelson Aguilar catches it and then drops it immediately as he's hit. And that play was reviewed, but he fumbled the football. It doesn't matter. You fumbled the football, and they went on to score that drive. Now, towards the end of the game, it was 27-24 with about 2 minutes left in the game. Matt Prater goes to kick a field goal to put the Lions up by 6. Malcolm Jenkins blocks the field goal. And I can't remember who picked it up and returned it. I think it was Gary. But he returns it all the way down to the 25. Doesn't matter. Malcolm Jenkins might have blocked the field goal, but he pushes somebody in the back, and it puts the Eagles all the way back to the 50-yard line. In a 3-point game. He doesn't commit that foul or the penalty. We're in field goal range. No matter what happens, we're still in field goal range. Jake Elliott hopefully ties up the game, and we go into overtime and see what happens. But no, none of that happened because Jenkins, who did keep the game alive, but pushed the guy in the back, and it brought us back to the 50. Not that the offense did anything. There was one play that went 5 yards, and a play that looked good to Sproles, but 3 pass interference calls on the offense, 2 by Matt Hollins, 1 by Darren Sproles late in the game, that if they would have missed that, we would have been golden. Didn't happen. They called it 4th and 15. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside had this ball by Carson Wentz, this is now the 2nd game in a row where Carson Wentz throws an absolute dime to potentially win the game. Last week to Aguilar, this week to Arcega-Whiteside. I know Whiteside was covered, but that you're supposed to be covered, dude. Like, it hit you in the hands. You got to come down with that ball. It puts us on the 1 or 2 yard line. And then you have Jordan Howard or Miles Sanders bearing any fumbles to punch it in and put the Eagles up by 4 points, potentially. But nope, none of that happened. We lost the game. And now we go into Lambeau Field. Not next Sunday, not next Monday, but Thursday. We have 4 days until the Eagles are back up on the football field. We don't know if Alshon's playing. We know Deshaun's not playing. Who knows if Jernigan's playing? Do I expect the Eagles to win this football game? As a fan, yes. But as a football fan, it's in Lambeau Field. Packers are 3-0. Rodgers has looked unbelievable this season so far. I have no idea if the Eagles are going to win this football game. This was a tough loss for the Eagles. And we're now tied with the Giants in the standings as 1-2. Washington plays tomorrow. Dallas is 3-0 because they have the easiest schedule in all of football, which makes no sense since they just won the division last year, which makes me mad. 3-0 for the Cowboys. They played the Giants, the Redskins, and the Miami Dolphins. How do they... I don't know. Eagles play Thursday. Big game. It'll determine a lot for the rest of the season. Thanks for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Anything's appreciated. See you next time.